Elisabeth Hoft took up residence in Muiderslot Castle with his family because of his job as regional administrator and judge. Turning the castle into a residence required a lot of work. Hoft had rooms adapted into living quarters, workspaces, and bedrooms. Outside, he had gardens and a plum orchard planted, turning the castle into a green oasis 15 kilometers from Amsterdam. The gardens were Hoft's favorite place. They were spacious and green. Colors and shapes were always changing. The interplay of sunshine and clouds cast constantly varying light onto the natural environment. The castle gardens inspired Hoft to write his poetry, books, and songs, as well as the plays which the city of Amsterdam commissioned him to write. He loved to host friends here at Muiderslot Castle, famous writers, scholars, and artists who would later become known as the legendary Muider Circle. He corresponded with them, telling them about his flowers, plants, and numerous species of plants. His letters were addressed to the poets Anna and Maria Tesselschade and their father, Roemer Visser. He also wrote to renowned playwright Joost van den Vondel and scientist Constantijn Huygens. Hoft designed his gardens according to 17th century taste. They were symmetrical, featured hedges and rows of trees, and there were separate gardens for flowers, vegetables, and herbs. They also included tropical plants imported by the Dutch East India Company. This was a trading company that made the Netherlands rich, but that also participated in oppression and slavery. Hoft's friends loved all the greenery. So many flowers, plants, colors, and such tranquility. And the flavors too. In the garden and in the castle, they would recite poetry to each other and play music. Maria Tesselschade was a good friend of Hoft's. She wrote poetry and made artistic glass engravings. She composed music and played several instruments. A multi-talented and influential woman. She frequently visited Muiderslot Castle, and in the summer, she would make flower garlands to decorate the interior of the castle. In 1647, when Hoft passed away, this remarkable period at Muiderslot Castle came to an end. 25 years later, the region was deliberately flooded to defend against the French invasion. The castle still served as a major defense outpost. A succession of lords lived here after that. They adapted the gardens to fit the trends of their age, but no one ever had as much passion for the gardens as Hoft. The final resident of Muiderslot Castle left in the late 18th century. The castle and its grounds subsequently fell into disrepair. It deteriorated so much that the city considered demolishing it. What did Amsterdam still need this castle for anyway? However, residents of Amsterdam and Haarlem protested. How could the city deal so disrespectfully with the Dutch Shakespeare's heritage? Ultimately, the castle was preserved. In 1878, it became a national museum. 20 years later, restoration work began, based on a plan drawn up by the architect Kuipers, who also designed Amsterdam Central Station and the Rijksmuseum. After 1954, Muiderslot Castle no longer had a defensive role to play, and a new era commenced, a period in which B.C. Hoft's gardens were restored. The gardens then became what they are today, planted and harvested just like in the 17th century. Once again, B.C. Hoft's gardens now inspire numerous visitors to Muiderslot Castle and contribute to local biodiversity. Amsterdam's green back garden is blossoming like it did in former times.